Today I choose this beautiful place for my first attempt for long exposure photography with my new Sony a6700. Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm really glad you're here. I love all those small bays, these trees steering from water. This is a Danube river and the level of water is pretty high. A lot of trees right now steering from the water, and that's made this place beautiful for long exposure photography. So as you can see, I got decent composition here. A lot of tree trunks just laying in water. Some trees is steering from the water. This is really beautiful. I just love this type of landscapes. I believe this composition could look very beautiful with the long exposure. Probably my ND filter is not strong enough to make this water look like a mirror, but anyway, I'll try. And to make this scene even more dramatic or even more artistic, I will take my camera as close to the water surface as I can, and I'll take the vertical shot. Let me show you. I got my camera really close to the surface of water. Probably too close. This is a beautiful exercise. One more disappointment about this Sony a6700. Seems like it's impossible to use backside focus button in the same time with the 2 seconds timer. If you got any suggestions how to make it possible to shoot with 2 seconds timer and how to use backside focus button in the same time, please let me know in the comments. I hate to read manuals, and I didn't expect this amount of differences. Sometimes it just makes me crazy. I got variable ND filter here. This is my old one from my old Fuji X-T3, and I just got this small adapter from 58mm of Fuji to 55mm from Sony. Actually, I do not know the exact digits, but I can see right now it's not enough. So that's why I set my aperture to f16, which is probably too much. But for this exercise, I'm okay with these numbers. And with aperture f16 and ISO 50, I can shoot with 8 seconds of exposure with those settings. And probably it's nice time to use also the Polarizer. I'll take same shot with the CPL filter on. And I'm very happy right now with this camera, with Sony a6700, because when I shoot a long exposure shot and it takes several seconds of exposure, this camera shows me the result immediately after the shutter was closed. On the Fuji X-T3 I was forced to wait a lot after taking this long exposure shot. Sometimes this processing time was longer than exposure itself. On this camera it's just like that immediately, which is brilliant. New powerful processor, it's a huge difference. And one more beautiful thing about this camera: when you set 2 second timer for your shutter release, this camera memorize it. Even if you switch this camera off and you switch it back on, this camera is remember you got this 2 second timer. On the Fujifilm, when you set 2 second timer and you switch your camera off, when you switch your camera back on, you have to set your timer again. It's not a huge problem, but all those small details, this is what the comfort of using something is made of, and this is great. So I found one more composition, a little bit different angle to the same tree. So I got this trunk laying here, and this tree is 2 meters further, and I have to set my tripod a little bit higher just to make this distance between two objects visible. This is one of the most important things, to separate your objects. If any of these shots turns out to be any good, here are the shots. Take a look at this spot. It was trees with small bay. I love this scene. Unfortunately, there are some pieces of garbage distractions I have to clone out later in the post, because I can't even take it, because I can't walk near to this piece of garbage. So I can't take it by hand. I have to clone it out in the post-production. But this scene isn't that just beautiful? I took several shots with CPL on and CPL off, and it's interesting, but I love the shot with no CPL better, but why not? Found another beautiful spot. It's not about the long exposure photography, it's just some kind of weird forest with these bended trees, and I believe it's worth a shot. Because those trees are so bended, it always feels like I have mistaken with the horizon, and I have no bloody idea how to compensate this. Probably later in the post I'll be able to manage it out somehow. Okay, I'm not sure about those shots, but if any of them turns out to be any good, here it is. Take a look at this beautiful high tree. I just tried to take a keeper lapse with this beautiful tree and these amazing clouds swimming in the sky. But I got this tripod and it's very shaky. It couldn't stay still because of this harsh wind. So if any tripod brand is watching, let's keep in touch. So thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.